YouTube friends. I'm Heidi with Healing Harvest Homestead. I'm an herbalist and an aromatherapist and a homesteader. And over the years, I started late in life, by the way. Over the years, I began developing these self-reliance skills, mainly because I was excited and passionate about what they were. But then, as we started our homesteading and learned how to raise chickens and garden better, I've always gardened, but really seriously garden, grow an orchard and all that, it became more for self-reliance. Now, that's not what I want to talk with you about today, though. What I'm going to talk to you about today is bartering. So bartering is a system that's pretty ancient, quite some would say even primitive, where you have a conversation with somebody else in order to exchange goods or services without any money being involved. Okay, so that's bartering. The neat thing about having a skill set to where you can do something or have some kind of product to provide is now you're in a position where you can barter. And I bring this up because I'm getting ready to go make soap. I'm down to 4 bars of soap right now, and it is time to go make some more. Definitely have to today. And that's because Mr. V made a deal with a nice farmer a few miles away in a town near us, who sells hay, and he's where we buy our hay. Well, a few weeks ago, actually a few months ago, when we bought hay for him the first or second time, I happened to have extra soap, so I brought him some soap. And he loved it, and his niece loved it, and his kids loved it, and his family loved it. And he asked for more soap. Now, I don't make soap to sell. I'm not in the soap making business. I simply love making soap, and I love experimenting with oils and making really great bars of soap that are natural, no fragrance oils or anything like that. And that's one of the reasons why they're so good. But anyway, he really wanted more soap, and I gave him, you know, a few bars, but he ran out pretty quickly because his whole family wanted them. And so the next time we bought hay, we just paid for the hay, and he says, "Hey, can I get some more soap?" And my husband explained, "Well, we don't really have any right now." And I do different things. I'm not making soap all day. So it's actually kind of a challenge for me to do something fun like making the soap. But so anyway, this last time my husband was talking with this nice man, they decided to do some bartering. And so Mr. V bartered 1 ton of hay for as many soap bars as I can give him. So we're going to be fair on the price. And, you know, I'm going to give him about this, of course, a legitimate equal amount of soap and some herbal teas that we also make. And so we're going to get a ton of hay. I don't want to say for free, but essentially, yeah, but at a pretty low cost to us, far less of a cost than if we had to pay actual dollars. So the reason I'm talking about this is because it's something you can do too. It's something you should be considering doing. A lot of people barter now for babysitting, right? If you trade a product or a service in exchange for babysitting or something that somebody does for you, well, that's bartering. So the first thing, here's the steps, the basic steps to bartering. So it's really about communities. So you have to have a little community, right? Our community up here is very rural, and we know each other. We actually don't meet a lot of people here because we're so isolated. But when we do meet people, people are so nice, and then we end up talking, we get to know them. And now all of a sudden, we know a little bit about each other, and we have a community to where we know that this person does that, this person does that. Hey, if you have this problem or need this, go talk to that person. And so it's nice that way. So you need some kind of a little community. But the first thing in the whole barter process is to, number one, know what you want to get. Okay, so the nice farmer knew that he wanted to get soap, right? And I wasn't ponying up because I didn't have time. So we were paying him for the hay. So he knew what he wanted to get. The second thing is you have to know what you have to give. Now, in our case, we knew we had the soap to give. That I just have to get in there and make it. The third step is to ask. So when Mr. V called him on the phone and said, hey, we'd like to get that other ton of hay that we, promised we'd buy. Can we come out and get it? That's when the farmer said, you know what? I'll just give you the hay in exchange for some soap and maybe a few teas. And Joe's like, okay. So then he came into me and he said, you need to make some soap. And I'm like, all right. But that's the third step, is you have to ask for it. Maybe the person will say no, maybe not, but you never know unless you ask. In our case, we were more than happy to oblige. And then you have to agree on the details. Honestly, this barter deal that we just got ourselves into was very simple. The details were, he just said, bring me some soap. And so most barter deals aren't exactly like that. You need to have more specifics. In our case, if I were to sell a bar of soap, I would sell it for about $6 or so, is how I've costed it out, because I use essential oils and they're a little more expensive and better for you than fragrance oils. And I also use natural colorants, which aren't any more expensive, I don't think. But anyway, $6 a bar, perhaps $5, depending on the soap and also the size of it. And we'll just figure out how much soap I'm going to give him. So I'm getting ready to go in there and get all 3 crock pots up and cranking and get some soap ready, because we're taking it out to him on Monday. And, bartering is great, but you have to have a skill and you have to have a service, or you have to have a product. So you guys, now that we're all just sitting home, and I hope you guys are doing well, but it might be a good time to learn a new skill. All right, you could learn herbalism, you could learn how to sew, you could learn how to knit or crochet. Oh my goodness, I have a friend over the mountain. She knits the most beautiful sweaters. I am like in awe. And these are sweaters that would probably cost $300 in the store. That lady could do some serious bartering. All right, but learn a skill. You could learn to cook or bake. Oh, another friend down the hill from us, this man bakes sourdough bread. It's incredible. And he likes money. I've tried to barter with him, but he likes his cash. But eventually, when they need something, especially if it's herbal or aromatherapeutic, here I am. So that's all I want to say, is get a skill, learn something new. This is a really good time to learn something new and practice it. Find something that you're passionate about. You need to find something that you just love doing and you want to learn about and keep on doing over and over and over. I just want to say about soap making. I do have a soap making ebook. I do have a soap making course with videos, so if you want to watch step by step the whole process, and I focus on hot process, but I also talk about cold process, then it's a really great way to learn how to make soap easily in your home and safely. All right, a lot of people are afraid of using lye. Lye's not that hard to work with. You just have to know a few things and then do it. But I walk you step by step in really short videos so that you can stop and pause and go back or whatever you need to do. That's in the course. And on my website, healingharvesthomestead.com, I have a ton of soap recipes and tutorials. So I hope you go over and check it out. Soap making is easy. If you want to make soap, you might not want to make soap. So you might want to do something else. Maybe you want to learn to use essential oils. Maybe you want to, make herbal products for people. I have a couple of friends who've done that. Actually, I have a few friends who've created soap making businesses from my ebook, just from using that, which is really cool. You can, learn how to do all kinds of different things. Etsy. You guys go to Etsy and search around on Etsy. It'll give you tons of ideas for things you can learn. So just some ideas, just some thoughts. Check out my school, the Healing Harvest Homestead, School of Traditional Skills and Herbalism, and perhaps join us in my student area. Practical Herbs with Heidi is my Facebook group that's free. And I hope you subscribe to the channel, and I hope you enjoyed this quick little talk on bartering.